Once again, I am breaking your concentration, but I would love to know, Ava. Why?
Ah! 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 She doesn't get it. She doesn't get any of it.
God damn, what a brutal message. Heartbreaking, especially for those of us who have unfortunately lost a pet. Oh God. I know I talk about her pretty often, but Pixel was so sudden, and it was so sad because we adopted her in 2015, and she essentially helped consummate Sarah and I's relationship. It was at that, I mean, we started dating in 2014, but Pixel really sealed the deal there, and she was kind of like our commitment to each other. So, is this a terrible idea? Yikes. So, it was a couple years ago at this point, but I was taking a trip down to Washington that I had planned out to go see my brother and my friends, and this was to like record our album and stuff like that. And when Pixel got cancer, that kind of changed everything, and luckily I was able to make it back, you know, a day or two before we had to officially send her off to college, as we so lovingly refer to it as. And it was just devastating seeing her deteriorate, because she was just always so sassy, and she had such a personality, and she was also only barely 9 years old, I think. So, God, that is just so sad, and I'm glad I was able to make it. And I will say, one of the saving graces of that entire situation was being able to have like the act happen at our house. So there's like this vet that will come out, and they will essentially do the whole saying goodbye process and giving them the meds that will shut their bodies down, and then ultimately, you know, that last shot. And we ended up doing that with her and just holding her in our arms while we were in the living room on the floor, and she just like basically went in our arms. So for people who just like, oh, animals, I don't know. I think it's usually a pretty big red flag for me when people don't treat their pets or their animals like family, because it is like a substantial loss in the house, in your home, when there isn't a specific animal there. And right now we have Mazzy and Yuzu and Ori, and they're all doing great. We had a pretty bad scare with Ori, you know, not long after we lost Pixel, because he had like a mass on his chest, and they said, oh yeah, it's benign, there's nothing wrong with it. And then they biopsied it, and it was fucking cancer again. And, well, his first time, but our second time in the moment. And we were luckily able to get it all cut out and stuff, so I was very thankful for that. But God, it's so sad, and I always feel bad whenever people have to say goodbye to their pets, and even if it is just something as quote-unquote insignificant as a cat. I mean, God, you know how heartless you have to be to say that. So it's especially crushing for Ava to receive this information when she's pretty close to the top, I would say. We don't have too much longer to go, but it just sucks, and it's unfortunate that she wasn't able to say goodbye. Oof. So once that's done, I should have maybe taken some more. Oh, actually, this is where the Climbot lost signal, but there's that little section up there. Yeah, we're gonna head off into that cave. Can I make it before my juice runs out? Probably not, actually, but that's all right. One more drink would have done it. So yeah, it sucks seeing stuff like this in literature. I know people also will just say that about animals in general, that they shouldn't have to have lived in your house and belong to you for you to be, you know, sympathetic towards animals. And it's like, that's a sticky situation. But as far as like, you know, pets that we've had to rescue off the streets and stuff like that, like Mazzy, her entire family was essentially like goners. Like they were all like in their little living space dead, and she was the only one left. And she's just happy as a cucumber, even if she does have some strange developmental issues we feel sometimes. Like, she still nurses on her toes, which is kind of cute. But Ori also had a very terrible prognosis when we adopted him. Like, he was a fresh addition, and he is all goopy-eyed, and you might know him from his trademark, like, lazy eye. But apparently when we received his documentation, they were like, this cat has got, like, no chance of living, but here he is, you know, 8, 9, I think he's older than Pixel was, so at this point, oh, we were almost there. Yeah, a very distressing thing to hear, and that whole trip was essentially marred by the fact that, you know, we weren't sure if Pixel was going to make it by the time I got back. Oh boy, that was not a good place to put my feet. Luckily, I was able to make it the last few days, and then we scheduled the goodbyes, and that was that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cave of Wonders. Also, Link's origami and a beat-up climb bot with chalk, freeze-dried veggies, and a thermos of strong infusion. But this one is even better than you would think. Also,
one of Capsule's remote ancestors.
Speaking of Capsule, it's a little soon, don't you think? It's time for us to do some slight inventory management because the Link's origami is going to be staying in our inventory for a pretty long time. So we are going to probably just go and use this. I am going to actually... man. Well, the goat's milk won't actually really do much for us here. So I'll just dump it out. And I'll go ahead and use this. And hopefully this is enough space for us to grab at least the thermos. But we can try... Oh, no, we didn't. That was weird. Oh, this is going to have to be some real sketchy inventory management, isn't it? Well, what if I did this? And then I went straight in. It's showing that I grabbed it, and then it's not showing the prompt. Do you see how that's, like, kind of confusing? Shoot. This kind of sucks. I guess I'll do this. This is a unique item? Yes, I'll compost it. And hopefully, I don't have to get rid of any of my Edelweises. Nothing again. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna go ahead and bandage up my hands. My right is actually starting to get rid of stuff, and I held on to that tape earlier, so that's kind of unfortunate. Let's go and bivouac up. We are going to have to deal with this a little bit. I think there was a mushroom in here that I could compost on the way. But overall, a very sad day. And yeah, it has been a minute, but this finger tape has got us through the entirety of the Palace of Wind. I'm still not sure what the official name is, whether it's the Wind Palace or Palace of Wind, because they seem to contradict themselves. But that's all right. Because here in Cairn, we have returned to our climb. I think we're well into another episode at this point, and try to stay as consistent to an hour as possible, just to make things easier on ourselves, nice and clean. Also, it seems to be pretty foggy outside. This is sort of what your visibility is going to look like, and it's especially terrible at night, and that is something that terrifies me a bit. But we did some pretty great timing as far as leaving, because when it's raining and windy and foggy at night, that is the worst possible time to be climbing. I just wish we maybe saw that cutscene a little bit later in the morning, since they do seem to be done in real time with the weather that's currently happening. But yeah, just overall, such a depressing cutscene, and we're not even done yet, brother. There's even more to this trauma, and Ava's reaction to it is like a little suspect too, in my opinion. So we've got all this. I'm just gonna go and get rid of you as well. And can I actually, let me try this. Temp I'm not too worried about. We are gonna be taking some swigs here. But this is the important thing, is the strong infusion. So we have 3 drinks to our name here, and because of the hunter's mushroom shenanigans we got ourselves into before, I really hope there is at least some mushrooms here. Maybe not. I just assume there's mushrooms in the cave whenever we happen to be here. And sometimes they just don't show up when you think they would. There's Climbot freaking out the cameras, as am I. Oh, jeez. You actually want to be really careful you don't fall through the walls. Otherwise, it'll be a terrible, terrible time. Alright, well, it doesn't seem like there are too many of them there. But I wouldn't worry about the drink, necessarily. Just because we're not going to have to worry about that much. Damn, I'm kind of disappointed about that. We are going to be losing it all soon, but the Lynx origami is something we're going to have to take essentially to the very top. Freeze-dried veggies, can I actually do this? Maybe I will make myself a little something. Hey now, hey now. And then we'll be set. Well, we might not necessarily need all that chalk. Oh my god, the visibility is just so terrible. But the nettle infusion we'll hold on to. We'll use this. Surely this will work out in our favor. I might be a little hungry now. We got some Mother Nature veggies. The best way to season vegetables is to reduce the infusion as much as possible. It's got a real kick. That's not too bad, actually, if you're like really scrounging for the goods, you know. But I will go ahead and take another drink of this by reheating it first. It's not going to do much since it obviously does not affect our stuff here. But I'll take a nice little sip, please, by taking a chomp out of it. And let us get going and finish the last leg of this amazing race. I'm just going to have that stuck in my head now. I used to love Amazing Race. Oh my god. I mean, we still watch like every season, but it's just such a cozy show. You know, it's just so easy to have on in the background, but now that CBS is turning into a fascist fucking corporate shill of a, you know, station that it once was, it's hard to, you know, go back on it and see what is currently being streamed on there. Oh boy. Yeah, and same thing with Survivor. That actually took the biggest downhill since like season 35 or something. It's just been so hard to watch, and they did like the season 50 grand, like everybody, all of your favorites are coming back, only to just have like the twist be the worst possible conceived game mechanics of all time. It's so annoying. It's just like, can we just have like classic Survivor? Like, I don't want to have to watch like Australia Survivor to get my kick of, you know, the actual merit of this gameplay. I don't know, man. It pisses me off, you know, to see all of our entertainment go down the drain. That's all right. I'm gonna take like a breather here and just see where we are. Oh yeah, we are right there. Oh yeah. This is sketchy. Here we go. This is surely how people do this in real life. I know. I've seen videos. I've seen documentaries. Oh yes. All right. So, sheer cliff face. We've also got some interesting. Yeah, I think as long as we just climb up that, we should be good. As far as some of these other paths are concerned, though, like, they just end there and they're like, all right, you're on your own there, kid. Huh. I don't see any other letters or anything, which isn't the worst thing. Just glad we didn't have to go too far out of our way. All right, cool. I didn't even take a path that the game suggested I should. So, hooray for us. But if I take this gently, can I do this? Yes, I can. Thank goodness. That's why I love the corners, man. All right, one last bout of chalk. Ought to do her. There you go. See, look at this. Easy money. 2 shows a day, 4 nights a week. Look at that. Come on. It's just, it's not as bad. Oh, at least it's as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. So, just hoist herself up. I'm gonna go and shimmy on over here slightly while I had some chalk. Ooh, yes. So I could either just do something silly or just, you know, keep it simple, stupid. You just gotta kiss it. Give it a little peck on the lips. Non-derogatorily, and of course with consent. Anytime I say kiss it, it's keep it simple, stupid, that's all. I feel like I reference that way too much to not have overshot my shot. That's bad. Okay, well, apparently I outdid myself this time. I kissed it too egregiously. That was my bad. And now it started to rain. Perfect. That'll be wonderful for this upcoming cutscene. Damn, I really wish I could have drank more. I really should have just finished my drink there, but we'll actually be fine. We'll be perfect, because we'll be drinking all of that anyway. One last stretch, and before you know it, we get ushered into a cutscene guaranteeing our safety.
That was a slog, wasn't it? Whew.
It was challenging, sure.
Challenging. That's one way to put it. That challenge just about wiped me out.
Are you getting tired?
Getting tired. I'm way past that. I'm burnt out.
There's always a time in the climb when you're plagued by doubt. But as soon as you get over it, the motivation returns, and you're left filled with rage to get to the top.
I don't know that I've ever felt that rage.
You can do it, Marco. The summit isn't far off.
If you say so.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry about last time. After the lake.
I've been told I'm a terrible singer. I have no regrets. Okay, I'm gonna bivvy right here. Care to join me?
I don't know. Maybe next time.
Would this change your mind?
What is it?
I know next to nothing about booze. Tastes kind of herbal.
I think I'd rather be alone. Hold on. That's good. Just not too much. Please, no, that's good.
No, we need to finish the bottle. We gotta shed some weight.
How long have you been carrying this around?
I found it in a cave. I'm sure some climber got buzzed and left it behind.
Wait, how old did you say you were? You seem a little young to be drinking.
Hey, don't throw my parents, okay?
Do they understand what you're doing?
Oh, you mean climbing? Can people who don't climb really understand it? Are they able to feel even a tenth of what it's like to be on the wall? To have got over an incredibly hard crux? Or to hold your entire body between your thumb and your forefinger?
The adrenaline when you pound a piton from an unstable position. Or the wind lashing against your tent walls, making you wonder if the carabiner is gonna hold. The wind at all time, at every moment. The wind and the rock.
The wind and the rock. It is what it is. Hard to blame them, you know? There's no way they could get it. You alright? Booze not treating you right, huh? I found some medicine packets, if that helps.
Oh, don't ever make me drink that nasty stuff again.
No worries there. We drank it all.
Water. I need water.
Take your time. Get some rest. I'll do a bit of scouting. We can meet further up.
That's better. A little bit. Oh, it hurts.
Well, that fucking sucks. You gotta love those damn alcohol-induced nightmares. But what's funny is that you can actually see the route that we took just walking straight there. I feel like this is kind of buggy because we went in a straight line, and that's a section you can actually skip if you really want to. But fortunately, all of the effects of our drinks are still in play. You are just forced to drink them all in order to progress through that. So I do like the path we took, and it's time to continue going further. Luckily, there does seem to be some goods over here, like thistle, that I will actually go ahead and give myself here, so thank you. And we're finally getting rid of the extra large bottle. Might as well carry a jerry can. Oh, it's beautiful. And I probably should have given this one first to start it off, but we have a bit of extra space, and the solar thermos is amazing. I'd never seen anything like it. A solar thermos. It automatically warms up whatever you put in it. So this is significant because you usually will need to warm things up in a bivouac, but this one would just keep it like that. And if there happens to be another drink you prefer, something that gives you like extra boost, or, you know, that doesn't give you focus, grip, or grit, which I think is like the holy trifecta of what will get you through the end of the game, this will help. It also looks like we're quite hungry, so we'll take care of that a bit later. But now that we have some extra space in our inventory, the Link's origami looks intact, unlike its owner. Let's move on. And we can use that for our ultimate drink at our side, because we still got it, and it's piping hot. Out of curiosity, though, I love how we hung it from the roof of that overhang earlier, but here we're just like, not worth the effort. Let's get out of here. I think we're done. It's from here that we will be able to see Marco climbing up just a little bit. And again, we'll find ourselves in a nice little situation to get on his bad side, as it were. But I really don't like the way that he boozed us up like that. Even if he was somewhat respectable and did not try to take advantage of us, still kind of sucks that we ended up getting out-drank by a 12-year-old over here. Yeah, I think Marco's probably supposed to be like maybe 19 or so, but...
That fog is going to be a problem.
Oh, and now we're getting fog all the more regularly. So let me see. We haven't run into fog just yet, have we? She's just saying that, of course. Yeah, I'm not going to have a chance to really show that off. What was that? Is that just a bivouac? Oh, no, that's where I came out. Yeah, at this point, you'd probably be better off not backtracking. Oh, I thought, what is that? There's chalk right here. Who put, what? That's so strange, like forbidden chalk. That's so bizarre. I've never seen that before. Huh. Well, let's keep on going, shall we? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you're probably better off not backtracking anymore. It goes without saying. Some other places, it might be an okay idea, but from here on out, I would just focus on going forward. There's not really anything worth going back for unless you really want some obscure power-up or item. Ooh, this is strange. Don't like that. I don't see anything I can stick my hand on. But if I do this, ooh, careful now.
Marco? Are you okay?
Oh, jeez. So lame. That's what I get for trying to impress you. This part's pretty hard. I've already fallen 5 times from the same place.
5 times? Come on. Keep pushing. This part doesn't look very complicated.
Sorry, I'm just stressed out. My arms are starting to hurt. I'm feeling tired.
You can do it, Marco. You didn't climb all this way to get stuck on such an easy route.
An easy route. I don't find that very encouraging, you know.
Fatigue is all in your head, Marco. You can do it, okay? Listen to me. You can do it. I believe in you.
Now that's my kind of medicine. Okay. I go up and left. I don't know.
Can't project it, can you?
Nope.
Okay. So you see the little overhang to the right?
This one?
No, that one over there. There's a vertical crack at arm's length to the right.
Okay, got it.
So you can hook your left foot and right hand in this crack, then grab the hold just above left-handed.
Okay, I think I got it.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Like right now? I'll get nervous if you watch me climb.
Hey Marco, I meant what I said. I believe in you. Watch how the pro does it.
All right. See you later.
As adorable as that scene is, leave it up to Ava to learn Lil Marco a fine lesson in the art of climbing. Clearly he needs it.
Holy cow. You are so fast, it's wild.
Oh yeah, I know, I am a professional after all. Famously good at this climbing business. Would be embarrassing if I fell though, right? Especially because I'm having a little bit of trouble here.
This is the real deal. I feel like I got front row seats.
Yeah, sure.
See? That's where I got stuck. And you just got over it without breaking a sweat. I'm so lame.
I mean, with that defeatist attitude, you sure as hell are. Now, from the base of the dome, and in the interest of full transparency, the next 40 minutes of this episode is more or less a re-record. I spent a good portion of this time exploring this area very thoroughly, hoping to find some treasure or secrets that I had never discovered before, and truth be told, it ended up being extremely disappointing, and I just don't want to waste your time with going through an area when the most that we end up finding here are like eggs down here. There's a backpack with some soup in it, and overall it's just one of those things that I feel like our time is much better spent making progress instead of climbing to the top of the dome and ultimately being disappointed. So here's that backpack. I'll take the chalk, but we'll leave the soup, even though I am a bit hungry. One of the nice things about this game that I discovered, though, is that the checkpoints have, the cutscenes have checkpoints embedded into them, at least the major ones. So when I started my file over without saving, it spit me back out on Peril, on the wall there, with the capsule cutscene, and it ended up being pretty easy to get back to where we were. I didn't have too many changes in my inventory aside from creating a secondary infusion for my thistle that we picked up after our binge drinking, but otherwise everything is more or less the same. Maybe I might have done a little better with my chalk management and made it up a bit faster. But there's a few things that I did want to change with how I made this ascent regardless, and it seemed like such a waste of time as I was rewatching the footage that I had just devoted so much of it getting to the top of the dome and then finding there's virtually nothing there. So we'll actually still head off in this direction. Climbot decides really wants to be a help. Thank you, man. Just get one foot on the solid ground and we're good. So over here we've got plantain, the fog is rolling in, and it's a little hard to see, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing up here. This is one that just will lead to like a nice little hallway, I guess. Yeah, nothing particularly of interest. And then the dome, which we'll definitely get into, but I was certainly hoping for more, I don't know, lore-related implications, and it just ended up not coming to fruition. So, yeah, very happy that we were still able to carry on where we were. This is, I guess, probably a way that people could exploit free solo mode on PC, at least. But I'm glad that there was no long-lasting repercussions to our progress here. So, yeah. We're about above where we bivouacked before. But I'm going to go and use some chalk up here, because there is an item that I'd like to pick out. And it would be fairly helpful if I had some space in my bag. But that's okay. Here we go. Not bad at all. Yeah, this is definitely the spot you want to climb up. It might almost be easier if you approach this section from above. But, well, we'll just stick to the way that I feel like is most interesting. Once we, just barely got our grip on there. And will this work? Oh, yeah, just barely. Oh, you got it, Ava, look at that. Yeah, when they put little slats in the wall, that's when you know it's probably intended for you to go and explore. Right leg, please. Thank you. Okay, that works, I guess. You got it, Ava. Or, better yet, there we go. Once we reach the top here, oh no.
You climbed high. I'm sure it was worth it.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't think so, but he has a full container
It will help.
of Alpine Cola, 3 servings of it. I think this is one of the last instances where you can pick up a container before making it to the top of the summit, so we are close. I'm going to take a drink of that now, and we actually still need tape, so I will go and take this. Fruit jellies would be nice to have because we're going to need a food item, but I don't, well, I could probably just go ahead and eat it now, honestly. If I just sag it. Those are pretty large, and I'm pretty sure they dehydrate you as well. So, I guess I'll just do this. Minor chalk out of the way. And we still have all of our stuff, but thank you. So I'll just go and eat this now. Will it make me? Yeah, it makes me a little thirsty, but we have drink, and we'll just deal with it. So, yeah, we have what seems to be a pilot and not necessarily a climber. I might be wrong on that, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of Lord of the Flies. Believe it or not, in the year of our Lord 2026, I had only just read it for the first time a few months ago in preparations for the show, because it's one of those stories that I always hear people talking about, and I've always been interested in, you know, being in on the story because I never really got the grasp or the gist of what it was about, other than it was like, you know, kids stranded on an island. But it was pretty okay. I can see why English teachers love to show that to their students, but it was kind of, I don't want to say it was obnoxious, but you had to kind of get used to the writing style to get into the story. And I liked it. It was pretty good. And I'm looking forward to watching the show when we inevitably get to it. Welcome, my friends, to the dome.
That's not water. Looks more like resin.
So this area is very significant because we have 3 rings of braziers to let off depending on what we plan on doing with the rest of the mountain. And what I had ended up spending almost half an hour doing is going around each of these rings trying to find something before eventually making it to the top. I don't think there was necessarily anything wrong with the commentary, but it was hard to find something interesting to talk about because there were no items, and at the very top of this structure is a place for you to take a short break, set off some fireworks if you got it, and that was it. So it ended up just being kind of a wash in my opinion, and I would rather just move forward out of the sticky resin.
Don't drop a match here.
Yeah. So if you were wondering what this was all about, feast your eyes on the signage. 3 fire lines indicate an attempt to climb the summit. The troglodytes will encourage you. May the mountain guide your steps. 2 fire lines indicate a descent. The troglodytes will celebrate you. Coming back alive is always a victory. Whereas the single fire line is reserved for climbers who have conquered the summit. The troglodytes will admire you, and imposters will be cursed. the first time I played this. I accidentally hit the single line indicating I had conquered the summit, and I don't think that it necessarily will change anything, but I believe in New Game Plus, if you do that one, you end up getting a keepsake that you otherwise wouldn't get here. Otherwise, you could light whichever of these you want, and I think in staying true with this particular playthrough in this file, we are going to say that we're heading on up and hope for the encouragement of the troglodytes. May the mountain guide your steps.
The only kind of advertising Chris hadn't thought of yet.
And then the whole place just went up in flames, brother. So there's sports gel, alpine cola, even more of that, some oats and kernel, the worst in the world. There's also a fresh water source here, which is nice. We can fill our solar thermos with it, which I think I might end up doing. If we head over here, we also have a recipe for mountain rice. Mix rice with an intense infusion for a tasty, invigorating meal. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And amongst other things, there's not really a whole lot in this area. There's some underground oak, which, as you know, you can just go ahead and eat that up if you so desire. Will I actually be able to make it fit, though, is the thing. I don't think I necessarily need it, but the backpack, I would like the alpine cola. And I'll take a quick drink, fill the thermos, and let's take a look. Boy, it's a good thing we went right up against the fire there. It's very symbolic, and it's also very toasty in here. Let me see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make my final ultimate infusion in my side flask. There is a mechanic to your containers that I haven't quite talked about just yet, and that's the fact that you can actually transfer liquids into your flask, but it's not something you really ever need to do, and it's kind of obscure, not necessarily worth it, but if we do end up finding enough materials, we can, you know, take anything we want from our solar thermos and throw it into here. And hopefully we don't need 9 more of those, but we'll see. Risky business model. I think we're all right as well. We still have the banana min. I might use that in the final stretch. We might almost need to get rid of our pills too, but we're gonna use our Lynx origami soon, and I am gonna just be chugging out of this as much as I can. Thank you. It's only 3 minutes worth of grit. Oop, and I accidentally did it twice. Whatever. It's fine. That's why we got this bad boy. I am going to want more space in my inventory regardless, so we don't need that much. But with that, and with the braziers having been lit, when we step outside,
Still a lot of villagers left.
man, that is so cool. Well, as far as things are concerned, I don't think there's really anything else worth exploring. The way that I had gone up was over here, and this overhang was kind of the scariest part about this entire ascent, but having all of these braziers lit won't do anything in making this more difficult to climb. But I was thinking about doing like a supercut of some of our exploits getting up here, but it just wasn't that exciting. And it's just ultimately so disappointing that they didn't throw us a freaking bone. It would have been nice to have something there. But on New Game Plus, I do believe that you would get a new keepsake here, because on my practice file, I did end up getting another one, and it was kind of cool. Which, speaking of, there is the crystal shard that we ended up not equipping after talking to our friend, Mr. Spider. Mountaineering didn't make me wealthy, but a crystal shard might. Yeah, maybe. Or so we think. So, yeah, I think we're essentially done here. I might take one last look at the backpack, but there's just... nothing here for us. And once you light this up, you can't change your mind or otherwise extinguish the flames. Yeah, sports gel will just be good for food, so... And we're no longer thirsty. So we're going to be seeking out some herbs and such, but I think we're good to go. We're going to have to do some tricky jumping and whatnot. Oh, and there's also this cooling pot with water. Yeah, we got the grit to grit us through. Now, get ready for a little bit of mild platforming here. I may be a pro at it in Dark Souls, but in this game, it leaves a little to be desired. You'll notice there is somebody who didn't quite make it over here, which is kind of sad, amongst some others in this very tall structure. But I don't think you can quite reach him. As a matter of fact, if you end up falling, you might be in a bit of trouble. It's kind of scary just how easy it might be to fall down. So we'll just do this a bit better. This definitely has to have been revamped since release, because, oh god, as long as you jump a little later than you think, you should be fine. So let me see. I don't know that there's anything down here. Again, I kind of doubt it. But I tried to reach this guy at some point in the past. You can see him kind of dangling. And he doesn't seem to have anything on him. He has a flask, a helmet, perhaps. But, what an unfortunate way. Like, I hope he was already dead when he fell down. I mean, he's pitted right there. I might need to check that out on my Alpine playthrough and then never report back. But luckily, there is a little bit of leeway in case you fall. I still just want to be kind of careful. Okay. And there we go. Not bad. Last jump, and we did it. We barely survived. Now this thing is crazy. This is where I ended the episode, by the way. This is as far, like, I shaved that time in half just getting here. But to those who attempt the ascent to the summit, may Kami guide your steps and keep you out of danger. Oh, well, thank you, I suppose. Let me actually go around this side, I think. There's a nice little place to bivouac back here. And, we'll have to spile around this thing. It's actually pretty dangerous. So we'll want to take it kind of carefully, but I want to make sure my inventory is nice and in check before doing this. And yeah, there we go. And with the last of our chalk, thank you. Okay, what's happening? Why am I struggling at standing up? Thank you. You have to do it in such a specific way. Whew. Look at that. It is still foggy as hell, brother. That's crazy. But as far as things are concerned here, I think we're all right. I'm going to take the chalk with me. We'll have a chance to go through our inventory a little bit, and I'll still hold on to the Alpine Cola. In case we end up falling and we live, the armor over our health will disappear, but we won't necessarily lose that much depending on how high we fall. And there is a very high chance of that happening. So they're actually, you know, I'm just going to do that now. Just completely negate that so I can keep making chalk. We're going to find a lot, so I'm going to try to remember to use as much of that as I can. But there is a place right over here that looks like we can take a short break. Also, that's nettle. I want that, actually. You know, I will take it. Yeah, we'll go up on this side. And we'll see how it goes. Why not? Set it right there. It's at this point where we're not going to need to worry too much about rain anymore and wind, so that stuff is mostly done with for now. It will make a triumphant return, but we have weathered the weather pretty nicely. Ooh, and there's an egg. Okay, well, will you give me an eggs? And fortunately, nobody there to protect it. Oh my god, that could have been bad. Okay, well, how about this? Thank you for grabbing onto that. Oh, just this sliver of a vein. There we go, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the sparkly rock here, but I think we did pretty okay for ourselves. With the excessive amount of chalk to my name. Oh my god, please don't. Thank you. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Burst would have been nice here. But we're fine. Okay, so we'll probably not end up getting too hungry on this ascent, which is nice. Nice little spot there. And please beat me on up. There we are. Yeah, I hope I can make that jump. But take a look. Oh man. This truly is the view to die for. And it's crazy just how many freaking villages are still out there. Oh man. Well, that was fun. But I am going to miss my focus, which is kind of what the ultimate infusion is for. Not much I can do about the eggs. I could eat it raw. I just want to make sure I have enough space to get this nettle, because that's going to be really important in getting our final ultimate infusion nice and figured out. So, come on. Thank God. Thank you. And then from here, I guess we can go off in this direction. Because we have a very unfortunate scene ahead of us, and it's one that I'm sure some of you might not appreciate too much. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ava, for freaking out like that. Love it when that happens. Can I climb up this side? I feel like I do this differently every single freaking time. But, yeah, it should be fine. Just go straight on up from here. We have another slight reprieve before climbing to the top. But unfortunately, this is the final resting place of yet another character holding a pearly Edelweiss. Huh? That is our fourth, technically our third that we've found so far.
You're coming with me, Hosta.
Way to stay classy, Ava. And a note. Gabriel, I found it. It's right there in front of me in that little rocky recess. Fateful, isn't it? The flower I sought in order to heal you grows much higher than I thought it would. We never could have reached it before you left this world. I blame myself. We should have gone back down as you requested. Maybe if I myself ate the flower, it would give me enough strength to reach the damn summit, but what's the point? Cammy got the better view, and she got the better of me. What were we really hoping for? We're orphans. We don't have a family name to ascribe in the human pantheon. Wait a little longer. I'm on my way. Roberto. Yeah, that fucking sucks, brother. So that is the unfortunate fate of our friend Roberto. And it's pretty sad, but also not surprising. It seems as though he already knew that Gabriel had succumbed down there. So it seems kind of strange that he would continue to keep climbing up as if to thwart death himself. You know? Now, oh my God. Oh, what is that? That might just be raspberries or something. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there's also, for some reason, there's a backpack up here. So it looks like we're just going to be going around a bit. That shouldn't be too bad. And we're not doing too bad on time. We'll be essentially where I want to be for the final stretch of the game. And like I've said in the past, it's among one of my favorite sections. But yeah, this is just more or less a test of your grit, your fortitude, and also maybe some of your supplies, because this is a slightly tricky ascent, and I should maybe consider chalking up, because we are going to be finding quite a lot of it here soon, and for those of you who know, you know. But let's just keep on going, and the music just slightly plays ever so often. Oh man, this game is just great. I would highly suggest picking it up. It's been at least one episode since the last time I've said that, and I will fully commit to that stance. You should try this game. It's fairly cheap. Apparently it's only like $30, so really can't go wrong with $30 for this much entertainment, perhaps even stress. But oh, you know, I should have maybe taken a look at my inventory before checking this out. Yeah. Ugh, 'cause I don't think I can really set up camp here, but we can see it's probably not that important. So I just set my legs right there, Stretch on over. We have, ooh, more banana men, more chalk, and you actually, oh boy. Okay, we have an egg. Perfect. We are going to need to get rid of a food item coming up. I completely forgot about that. But this is good. This is fine, as long as we got the banana men. I forgot that was something we could choose. Oh, how do I do this? Should I try? I almost don't trust myself enough. Oh, I feel like I can though. You know, let's try it. Let's give it the old college effort. Because it's a little janky here. But as long as we kind of play our cards right, and we put our feet on the right parts of the wall, and we don't freak out, and we stay calm and composed. Yeah, here we go. This is another aspect of the game that's a little janky sometimes. I know I've said it before, but I will stick to that. Oh, okay, not like that. Okay, how about this? Okay. Here we go. Okay, this is good. We're in a good position. A little bit safer. And we're good. That's a little scarier than you would think. Although I guess you would never know if you haven't played the game. So try it for yourself, kids, and see how bad it is. Because that's really scary, fighting like that. Oof. Okay. Yeah, we're almost there. I keep shaking my hands for some reason. It's making me nervous. Oh, there we go. And...
Okay, good.
yeah, we can just keep going this way, I think. It seems safe, although maybe... ooh, it might be a little safer on this side, so that we don't have to face something that we just had hinted at us. Very sad and distressing. A lot of death in this episode, but it's not surprising. Yeah, you know, I'll just keep going. This is a little... ooh, maybe I'm not supposed to go this way. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of fortitude for us to work with. Are you sure, Ava? We still have a little bit of grip, so we might as well take advantage of it. Yeah, because the perks of the ultimate infusion can only take us so far here. Okay, I see somewhere over here we can go. Okay, not quite what I wanted to do, but... okay, this is good. Okay, whew, God. This is all this episode is going to be, just... but hey, at least we got some pretty good climbing in, right? The peril, and then this. Oh, can I even do this? Oh, I better hurry, because I'm losing daylight here. Yeah, oh, anytime you just manage to grab onto the corner of a little hold. Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
There you go. Ah, but you got it. Oh, hell yeah. Can I actually... ooh. God, we are... oh, there's another herb ear. Let's grab it. Nope. None of that now, please. God, grabbing onto snow, though, is crazy. Oh, this is garlic. Okay, good. As long as we have an infusion, this should still work. Oh, it's a dandelion. Whew, that is a terrifying ascent, brother. We're running out of chalk, surprisingly. There's a dandelion. And also maybe another opportunity for an egg. Hey. I actually don't know if I necessarily want that. We're doing pretty good across the board here. No place to bivouac just yet. We also have 4 pearly edelweises taking up space. I might just use one of my banana mins here just so that I can get that burst and we can get the hell out of here fairly quickly. Here we go. Hopefully that was the old one. I'll leave the... well, let's just take the egg. Why not? Just have one of those. And we're going to go across over here. And... oh, okay. Sure, why not? Hopefully we don't fall. I am going to use some chalk. And again, this is kind of why you'd want to go out of your way for the chalk bag. It's, you know, basically on the way up from that mountain cliffside. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going over here. And if you want to progress, I do believe we just go up from here. Let me see. Yeah. Because, well, unsurprisingly, this is our next major plot point. Is little Marco feeling sad about himself. So what I'm gonna do here, oh my god, please don't fall. Sometimes when you put yourself in these impossible situations, you'll be left pretty unattended to. There we go. Maybe kind of nervous. And sure, I'll just keep on going along over here. Because there is one thing down here that I would like to check out. It is kind of the conclusion to a storyline we barely really got to know all that much about. But you remember, 20 minutes ago, essentially, back when we were exploring the Crystal Caves, and we came across that note of the documentary crew. Well, I think we might find something to do with them down here. And I'm in a terrible spot, according to Ava. It's okay. It's okay. You got it. Easy money. There you go. So, set my foot right there. A little bit here. And if we fall, we should be fine. But hopefully we don't. That would be a terrible place to lose our streak. I fully expect to fall here any minute, by the way. And there we go. Just go stretch on over to here. Open this door to a portal to Pan's Labyrinth, maybe. And here we have it. So you might have already caught a small glimpse of this tragedy here, but right over here. 3 people dangling to death. Oh my god. And believe it or not, we actually can loot each of their bodies. I just don't know to what extent it would be worth it. So let me take a look at my inventory real quick. We actually have quite a lot of stuff, so it's almost not even worth it aside from seeing what we have to do about it. Damn. It is a shame that we're gonna not really be able to capitalize on this at all, but we have the means, so we may as well. Don't forget about the climb bot also. Ooh, no. Ava. Terrible spot to be. Actually, hold on a second. Climbot has chalk. Oh yeah. And that went straight into my bag. So, you know what? I'll go and take some more, please. If I can. There we go. So, sports gel. Yeah. And we just climb down. I don't think this is as scary as it looks. But damn, it sucks that the Climbot tried so hard to save these guys. It's just sad, I don't think this is those campers we saw pretty early in the game. We already saw one of them die, and there's only 3 of them there.
Together until the end. Rest in peace.
Freeze-dried veggies is diabolical, but they do fill you up some, so that won't be the worst thing in the world. If you're keeping up to date on your recipes, sheesh. Slipping here is not advised, Ava. Oh, jeez. So, there we go. A little bit more here. There's not really a place for us to take a breather either, so thank you. Set you right there. And can I reach? Maybe? No?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll get you on the return visit. There's another one down there. Run out of our burst soon. It's kind of hard to do on your way down, but I do appreciate it. Oh, can I do this? Reach for your foot? Nope, not quite. Oh my god, how am I supposed to reach? Oh geez, went too far. I overextended. Ah, shoot. Surely this is worth it, right? Actually, there's a little vein right there. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, I'll just set you here. Oh, and there's also spots right here. Good. And I'll set you here. Left hand, reach, body, booze, and more chalk. Okay. Well, kind of a shame. I guess that's another item that you could get to hold a drink, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm all boozed out, honestly. It's not worth it, man. It is not worth. Okay, now we can start making our way up. Go check this guy out also. Ooh, cool. I'll take both of those, actually. Yeah, I'm sure you did, Ava. We'll just keep on telling ourselves that. Oh yeah, there's something pretty. And this should be a pretty straightforward ascent. Yeesh. Okay. That burst really did a number on us. And the stuff we had composting should probably be done by now, so I'm not going to feel too terrible about it. I'm just going to do this. Because this gentleman, yeah, freeze-dried veggies. Not even worth. Not even worth. Yeah, just overall a very sad state of affairs when their loot isn't even remarkable enough to warrant going out of your way. Yeah, sports junk. You know, I'll take that too. We'll add it to the stew. Ugh. There you go. Atta girl, Ava. And hopefully there's nothing else around here, but so long as you have food items that you feel are disposable, by all means, use them here. Probably be in your best interest. There we go. We'll just start making our way back up. Because there's like a little place for us to, climb up a crevice here. And if I can do it just right, we'll be just fine. There we go. By the way, you are going to start losing your temperature gauge a lot faster from this point on, so be wary of that and try to keep as many things warm on you as possible. Bivouac when you can and reheat all of your drinks and, stock up on booze, which is why I think they hand it to us because it does replenish pretty nicely there. Oof, and this sunlight is so amazing, actually. It's kind of terrifying.
Okay.
So from
Focus.
here, yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna head on up into this little corner, and that'll probably conclude our time here. We're gonna start seeing a lot of frozen waterfalls. Oh boy! But you know what? That's what I like to see. Here we are, a triumphant button press that I was confident was not going to hold. Ooh, okay, actually, a little higher now. And from here, actually still just commit to this. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Marco, if you want to make yourself useful and throw down a rope for me that is properly secured, I would appreciate it. But if not, it's not a big deal. Oh my god, that was sketchy. I should not have done that. Also should not have done that. But you know what? Screw the rules. My name is Ava. And... oh yeah, we're nearly there. Alright, let's keep it up. Is there a place that I can... well, I guess right here. Not like this, Ava. Okay, there's this little corner over here. That should be plenty for us to grab onto. There we go. Oh, we got it. We're fine. I don't know what I was worried about. This flashing, though, is making me anxious. Okay. Well, I guess... I mean, I could just do this. There we go. And... oh, up the corner. And I think we just about made it. Well done, Ava. You did great. And we'll even have a nice little sunset for our next confrontation with Lil Marco, whose feelings might be kind of hurt, but this is where I truly think he goes off the deep end. Let's see to it. Right, Ava?
You finally got through that crux.
Yeah. At what cost? And there was a slope from hell before I got to this ledge.
I'm cooking tonight, okay?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
We need to change our gear. At this altitude, temps get freezing cold. I could lend you some.
Are you afraid of dying?
What are you talking about? You're not going to die, Marco.
I know. I'm just making conversation is all.
Well, are you injured?
No, it's nothing. Are you afraid of dying, then? I don't mean in general. Afraid of dying on this mountain.
Everybody dies, Marco. I mean, why not die on this mountain? There are worse places.
But you don't mind dying alone?
Well, I mean, most people who die of old age will die alone at home. Only in movies do old people die surrounded by their families. You're asking if I'm scared? No. No, I'm not.
I don't know how you do it. I'm scared shitless. Terrified I'll end up like one of those skeletons we saw below. Gnarled up and misshapen. I'm freaking out, Ava. Every minute we spend on this wall to nowhere. Do we know that this mountain ever ends? Some nights, I'm so anxious. I picture the summit in outer space, scraping against the craters on the moon. It's pretty stupid, isn't it?
No. No, it's not stupid. I also dream of the summit every night.
Really? In space too?
No. I dream that after all these efforts and sacrifices, I will reach the summit, only to discover a cable car spewing out an endless stream of tourists, popping in on top of the world just to take a selfie.
That actually sounds exactly like the kind of dream you'd have. That's so you. The last few weeks are a blur. I feel like I've been climbing this damn rock for years. I don't even know why I keep going. How are you not falling apart?
I was born on this mountain. There was nothing before it, and there'll be nothing after. There's only the mountain.
I'm not like you. I tried, but I'm not like you. I'll never make it.
Marco.
Please, stop trying to motivate me. You're making things worse. You're getting me to believe I have a chance of succeeding. I shouldn't have listened to you. I'm going to die here.
Marco, no one ever said it would be easy. So you're gonna get up, pick up your stuff, and we'll continue this climb together.
No. This mountain isn't going to kill me. You are.
Marco. Would you like me to come back down with you? Marco, you're not gonna make it if you stay on your own.
Oh, you'd give up on the summit? For me? Is that really what you're saying? You'd go back down and live with that failure? You'd do that, Ava? I'm going to bed.